Welcome, I'm Cassandra, and this is your general and love forecast for June 2018. This is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. So, without further ado, let's jump into it. Okay, for our first card, this is Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Moon, and Sagittarius Risings. So, we have the Two of Coins. So, this is about us juggling. We're having to handle several projects at once. For some, this could be maybe you're juggling multiple jobs. Maybe some of you are juggling a job and maybe some issues going on at home. Either way, this is about us having to handle several projects all at the same time, and it kind of becomes a bit of a juggling act. Now, we really need to maintain our balance while doing this. This is definitely not the time to start new projects. This is more of a time to continue working and focusing on the projects that we already have going, because if we try to start a new project under this particular energy, it can be pretty difficult to get it off the ground, so to speak. But you do have the stamina and the strength to get through this period and to keep, going. You just definitely need to maintain harmony the best that you can. And sometimes we can get some disturbing news, but I can't stress this enough. Do not let this news set you back. Do not let this news cause you to lose balance. We need to maintain this juggling act with these projects, so to speak. And I don't want you guys to lose balance and then perhaps maybe one of them falls. So if we can avoid it, let's try to avoid it. But either way, we are definitely juggling. Okay, so it is clarified by the Queen of Cups. So this queen, she is a queen that definitely deals with issues of the heart. This queen, she feels. She is a feeler. She wants to understand the why of everything. Like, she wants to get at the root of why do you feel this way? Why do you feel that way? This queen, she tends to rely more on her intuition rather than logic and intellect. Now, this queen is also got an imagination like you wouldn't believe. And that can be a good thing as long as we're not getting stuck in it. Because we do need our imagination, especially when it comes to manifesting. The imagination can be very, very helpful, as long as we are using it in a constructive manner and not getting stuck in, daydreaming land. So, this woman is definitely one that likes to help and nurture others. And, she's rather emotional. So for some of you, you might be feeling a bit more emotional this month. Perhaps maybe dealing with all these issues, you might be feeling more emotional. Some of you could actually be having some psychic intuitions yourself. And maybe you might be relying on them in regards to these projects that you're dealing with and that you're juggling. But just know that you have the inner strength to see this through, okay? Okay, so this would be these circumstances. So we have the Nine of Swords in the reversed position. So this would definitely indicate that you guys had been through a situation that was very difficult, to say the least. For some of you, this could have been a situation that caused a lot of emotional distress, despair, anxiety, depression. Sometimes this can be like a loss of hope. Sometimes this can indicate that, we've had nightmares and maybe some sleepless nights. Sometimes this can actually indicate needing medical help or legal help. So for a few of you, this card could be indicating that perhaps maybe you might have had surgery. And if that resonates with you, then with the Nine of Swords being in reverse, this shows that you are now healing after this surgery. So that's positive, because no matter what your situation is, this shows that we definitely went through a pretty traumatic situation, or a traumatic condition, or events that are just going on in your life in general. We are healing from them. And with this, it helps you to develop even more strength of character, because going through this type of loss, it brings you kind of like a new awareness that you made it through this. You can surmount any type of tragedy or crisis that may occur in your life. You have developed that strength and that grit. You can make it through, and you have, and you are healing from going through a period of loss. Now, for very few of you, this could be indicating that perhaps maybe you might have lost someone due to passing. If that is you, my deepest condolences. Honestly, I can actually resonate with this particular card in regards to my daughter, who happens to be a Sagittarius sun, because she actually just lost 3 people in about a 2-week period. Pretty crazy. And the last one was actually a murder, so kind of like a big wake-up call that, we are here one day and the next moment is never guaranteed. In a second, things can be changed. Okay, yeah. Sorry, oversharing. Just wanted to say that I can definitely understand this particular card. It doesn't have to be that traumatic, but I'm mentioning it because I know that there are going to be other people out there that will resonate with what I've just said. Something about this full moon in Sagittarius we just had. And I hate to even say it, but my daughter's friend that got murdered, she was a Sagittarius sun as well. I hate to be all morbid like that, but I'm just saying, this last full moon, it really caused some issues for Sagittarius. Not just Sagittarius. I mean, a lot of people. I mean, every full moon does, because it tends to exaggerate our emotions. It's what the moon does. But when it happens to fall on our particular sign, and especially a certain degree within our natal chart, woo, boy, can it be intensified. Okay, moving on. But again, for most of you, some of you, a few of you are going to resonate with this. Sometimes this can indicate the loss of a relationship, where a relationship comes to an end. And this could have been a romantic relationship. And sometimes it ends because of unfaithfulness. And then there's a few that could have, had a relationship come to an end. And this could have been a romantic or a platonic relationship. And it comes to an end and gets severed due to a deception, a betrayal, something of that nature. But it brings us pain. But this is definitely a situation where there is loss involved, but we are healing, okay? We are healing day by day. Things are getting better. And this type of energy shows us exactly how strong we are, that we can make it. And by making it through this situation, we realize just how strong we are, and we know that we can make it through anything. Okay, so we clarify, and we have the Four of Swords. So this is like us resting after a battle, so to speak. So this Nine of Swords, whatever this was, it was draining. For some of you, you might have lost a whole lot of sleep going through this time period under this particular energy. And now it's time for you to rest. This is like a card where we get that breathing room, where we can just take it easy. This is that card where we're saying, hey, you know what? You need to take a break. You need to rest. You need to relax. You need to recover. This is also a card of retreating. And again, both of these cards combined gives me the feeling that some of you might have dealt with issues around surgery. So here, this would definitely be healing again after a surgery. Whew. Yeah, I'm getting that for a few of you, that a few of you definitely had to deal with surgeries. But just know that you are healing. And considering we have two cards that indicate healing after a surgery, you should heal up real good and pretty quickly, as long as you don't push yourself and keep trying to do more than what you should, because this is definitely saying we need to rest, we need to relax, just retreat, relax. That's not always the easiest thing for Sagittarius people to do. You guys would prefer to be on the go, but sometimes we just need to take a break. And it's not just for our physical well-being, it's for our mental and emotional health well-being as well. So this can also be a card of a temporary truce as well. So for some of you, this could be indicating a truce with someone that you went through this situation with that has loss with it. So there could be a temporary truce, or a truce in general. For some of you, you may want to continue the battle, but I would highly suggest that you just stay back, retreat. For some of you, this could indicate that you'll be going on vacation. For some of you, this could indicate that you'll actually go to a retreat. But no matter what it is, we are definitely being told that you need to take this break. You need to rest. And I know that can be pretty hard, like I said, for Sagittariuses, but sometimes it's just necessary for our overall well-being and our health. I mean, it's like I have to tell many people all the time, sometimes if we keep pushing ourselves, if we refuse to take that break, and we just keep pushing and pushing and pushing, we can literally cause ourselves to be ill because we push ourselves past the breaking point. And it's because we refuse to give ourselves a break. So I always say, you need to take a break, and you need to do it by choice. Because if you don't do it by choice, then that's when the universe can say, oh, okay, well, here's a little cold for you, and this is going to knock you on your hiney for the next 2 days, and now this is how you get to take a break. You get to be sick. So if you catch my drift there, we don't want to be getting a break in that way. So do it by choice. And that way we can avoid, a cold. Because stress can depress the immune system, and then it can allow things like, a cold virus to get in. So let's avoid that. Let's give ourselves this much needed break so that we don't have to deal with anything like that. Okay, so this will be the focus. And we have the Empress. So, some of you are definitely focused on your harvest. For some of you, this is a financial harvest that you're focused on and you're waiting for. For some of you, this is that family happiness, that good relationship, good marriage, happy home life conditions. So a love harvest or a financial harvest. Now this is also a card that can be about our mother. So for some of you, you could be dealing with issues with your mom. For some of you, this could be indicating that perhaps you are just surrounded by supportive and nurturing women. Now, it does not have to necessarily be women because, hey, let's face it, in these days and these ages, there are men out here that are very much nurturers as well. So, for some of you, this can be indicating a man, whomever you receive support and nurturing from. But this is a very positive card. And again, like I said, this is a card of harvest. So whether it's a financial harvest you seek or the harvest of love and happiness and family, either can be the focus. Now, for some, this can indicate a pregnancy or a birth. As we see this baby right here that's still in utero. Now, it doesn't always have to indicate a physical birth of a child. This could be indicating the birth of perhaps maybe a new idea. Maybe you might decide, hey, maybe I'm going to go do this for work. Or maybe I'm going to take my family and we're going to move here where I have some family. I mean, it can be many different things. For some of you, this could be something that is a creative type of project that you could literally birth. So this is very, very positive. I love the Empress card. Oh, that's so beautiful. Okay. So, it's clarified by the Magician. So this is all about, first and foremost, about us manifesting what we want and getting it, okay? So this Magician, he knows what he wants. He speaks that intention to the universe. He commands it to happen, and it happens. Now, this card can also be speaking about you having a set of skills or, and abilities that can make you receive a harvest. Now, for some of you, maybe you want this family life or, maybe some of you want to be in a relationship. Maybe some of you want that happy home, that happy marriage. Well, it's not outside of the realm of possibility, because the Magician is showing up to say you can manifest it. Speak what you want to the universe. It's kind of like ask for it, and then believe, and then you shall receive. So this is a beautiful card. And this also speaks of your skills and abilities that you do have. They are being utilized the proper way. So that's very important, and that is very good. It's very positive. So I'm glad to see the Magician in the upright position here. So overall, this is definitely beautiful. You guys are definitely focused on creating and manifesting the conditions that you want, whether it's, family happiness, personal happiness, career happiness, obtaining those finances. This is a card of harvest, and it is in, and it's a huge harvest. So whatever it is that you want, the Magician is definitely saying you can have it. So this seems to be the focus for Sagittarius overall for June 2018. We are very much focused on getting what we want. So that's very positive. Sure, we've been through a loss of some sort, or we really need to take that break, but we can continue to focus on achieving what we want and getting that harvest. Okay, so this would be your recent past, or your past in general. So we have the King of Cups. Now this king, first and foremost, this could be representing a particular person in your past. This person could be male or female. It does not have to be male just because we have a king here. So they could also potentially be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or someone that has a very emotional nature. But with the King of Cups here, he has that very emotional nature, but yet to look at him, you would not realize it, because he has a very cool, calm, and collected exterior. Like you would never guess by just simply looking at this person that they have a very emotional nature to them. But they cover it well. So for some of you, this could be indicating a particular person that you may have dealt with in your past, or this could be about the particular energy of a situation you went through, or this could be your energy in the past. So the King of Cups, this particular king, he has that power, but he has like quiet type of power. He can be a very great leader in religion, which kind of makes me think that this might be representing Sagittarius. Not all Sagittarius are religious, but Sagittarius is definitely can be spiritual and philosophical. Yes. Sometimes the King of Cups can be a counselor, because the King of Cups, he is very good at handling those tough emotions, the really rocky emotions of other people. And he can do it with great compassion. So he can definitely handle dealing with people and their problems. And he is very compassionate. You know, and he, above all, he wants to help. He wants to help. And a lot of times, this king tends to be a humanitarian. He could also be interested in the arts, music, careers that are related to, say, water, oceans, fishing, or, you know, like the home and the environment. So, also hospitality type of businesses. But the main point of this particular card, this particular energy, is to understand and share human feelings and sensitivity. Okay, so it is clarified by death. Okay, so you guys definitely went through a situation where you had to walk away from something or someone or a certain situation in your life. It was no longer providing you with any positive development. It had become stagnant. It had been holding you back. And so there is something that you walked away from or that you ended in the past. And maybe for some of you, it was with someone with this type of nature, this type of temperament, these type of qualities. Or maybe for some of you, this could be indicating that you walked away from someone because maybe perhaps you decided to go in a different way. Maybe you went through a change personally. Maybe you started to want different things. Or maybe for some of you, maybe you were perhaps tired of getting your feelings hurt. Kind of almost makes me think of walking away from a narcissist. That'll resonate with a few of you. But yeah, I mean, for some of you, this could have been walking away from an old job so that you could pursue a different line of work altogether. Yeah. And for some of you, this could have been a relationship that came to an end. Okay, so this would be the present, the here and the now energy. We have the Five of Wands. So, yeah, this card's not so great. This is a card where you may be experiencing some confusion right now. This can be a card of us struggling, especially with confusion. This can also be a card of conflict. And I don't mean just like, one or two little conflict, arguments. This is like a card of, if it is conflict, this is like one argument after the next. It's like initially we started out with one argument, but then it like kind of spun out of control and ended up arguing about 100 other things that didn't really have anything to do with the reason that it started, but then you're kind of scratching your head like, why did this even start? Like, why are we fighting? So for some of you, this can be about like endless conflicts with, maybe for some of you, this can be you are having conflicts that seem never ending with someone in your life, or it could be a particular situation in your life that you may be feeling very confused about. You might be struggling in regards to it. You might be experiencing some conflicts in regards to it. Or some of you are experiencing literal conflicts, arguments with someone in your life. Okay, so it is clarified by the 7 of coins. So the 7 of coins is automatically, to me, you reap what you sow. So this could be part of the conflict. But overall, the 7 of coins, this is about us putting a lot of hard work and effort into something. And we're looking for a return on an investment that we've made. Sometimes we invest money. Sometimes we invest our energy, our time. Sometimes we have to literally work our ass off to get here. Now, this isn't so much a card of tremendous wealth or anything, but this is definitely a card of finances coming in. This is a card of harvest. Now, it definitely indicates that we do have a finishing touch to complete, so to speak, before this harvest can flow into us. So some of you definitely have a project that is about to be complete. For some of you, this could be an investment. For some of you, this could be a particular job. For some of you could be self-employed or like a independent contractor, independent agency, you know, something of that nature. Because we really have to put a lot of effort and hard work into this. This could be as simple as, you know, if you're a farmer, you know, well, this would definitely indicate good crops coming in. But when we mix these two cards together, what I get from this is that maybe some of you guys are struggling and confused in regards to an investment that you've made. Now, maybe this investment is one that you actually invested money into, or this could be an investment where you've invested your time, your energy, your hard work. And perhaps maybe you're experiencing confusion, struggles, or conflicts in regards to this investment. I'm almost getting the feeling that some of you could be getting or dealing with opposition from somebody. Maybe someone is jealous. I feel like that's going to resonate with a few of you. And it's almost like they want to start conflict. Okay, so this would be the near future. So for some of you, this will be around mid-June. For some of you, you could already be experiencing this. And for a few of you, this, you know, could be more towards the end of June. It's a little bit different for everybody, so. Okay, 2 of Swords. So this card is about us being at a point of indecision. We are not able to make up our mind about something. Perhaps maybe we're struggling with, should we invest? Should we go for this opportunity? Should we? Shouldn't we? That'll resonate with some of you. But the 2 of Swords, this is a card where we have reached a point of indecision. Now, typically, there is always some emotional tones to this decision because, as you see, we have water in the background. And water is symbolic of our emotions. So there's always a bit of a emotional side to these decisions. Some people, you mess with their money, you'll make them real emotional. So, but you know, this can be many different things. Now, when we have this card, we definitely need to take our time when making decision. Let's not make an impulsive decision, okay? We definitely want to take our time with this decision. I mean, she's kind of holding what appears to be, well, first and foremost, it definitely looks like a bowl or something. But there almost appears to be like an hourglass here. And her heart's up here. And the sand's flowing through. So we need to take our time while making this decision. We don't want to rush and make a decision impulsively. So we definitely want to use, typically I associate Libra with this card. So we would want to use logic, reasoning abilities. We want to weigh the pros and the cons of each choice, of each decision. You know, take your time, gather evidence, gather research if you have to. For some of you, yeah, you could definitely get online and perhaps maybe research. That could definitely help with making the decision. We want to have all the facts that we can have. So for some of you, that'll work. For some of you, it's not going to be a possibility, and that's okay. But as long as we take the time and we try to weigh the pros and the cons, we'll be able to make a decision. But I just can't stress enough, don't rush, okay? Don't give in to that Sagittarius, I want to hurry up, so let's just make a decision and make things happen. So, yeah, definitely just take your time. I know you guys don't like hearing that, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm sorry. Okay, so this totally makes sense. So, it is clarified by the Ace of Coins. So this decision is definitely one that is got to do with a financial new start. Yeah, definitely making sense. So the confusion and the struggles have become indecision. What should I do? And the Ace of Coins here is showing, you know, this is us being given a new start, a new direction financially to go for. But ultimately, what it comes down to is you really need to weigh the pros and the cons of each choice and decide, make the decision that you know is best for you, okay? Because only you know that. So make the choice that is right for you, but just don't rush. But this is definitely a decision that has to do with finances or a direction to go in with our finances, our energy, our time. Okay, so this would be your attitude. So we have the Five of Cups in the reverse position. So this definitely would indicate that you have been through a loss and a disappointment, but you have now healed from it, and your confidence has returned. You are like ready to get out there, go adventure, go hang out with some friends. Under this type of energy, this is a card where perhaps maybe we're ready to meet some new friends. Sometimes under this influence, we can actually have old acquaintances that just pop back into our life. And this is also a card of opportunities that come our way. A lot of times, this can be indicating that you might potentially be getting a job opportunity that gets offered to you. But ultimately, this is a card of going through a loss and a disappointment. You know, there could have been a heartbreak. No matter what it was definitely a situation in which there was grief, loss, disappointment. Now, we are healing from this, and we are ready to get back out and enjoy life. And this is what's very important, is we need to get out there, because, you know, if we're healing, but we're sitting in our house and not doing anything, well, that's not going to be the type of situation that we need. We need you to be healed and then literally on the go, you know, because that's how you'll run into certain people that can bring you opportunities. So if some of you are looking for a new job, this definitely seems positive. Okay, so it's clarified by the moon. So anytime we see the moon card, I always say pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to those gut feelings. You don't want to ignore it, because boy, can it be dead on. And then you could be kicking yourself in the hiney if you don't listen to yourself, you know. So definitely, if you have an intuition, you know, a gut feeling, or you might have a crazy dream, but yet it may seem partially crazy, but then it kind of makes sense. Don't just blow it off like it's nothing, okay? Keep it in mind, because a lot of times it does come through dreams. So we want to be paying attention, because we can get major clues. Good psychic information can come forth with this card, and it can be very beneficial. Now, the moon, funny, of course, I started talking about this earlier. We had the full moon in Sagittarius. The moon tends to exaggerate our emotions. And, you know, this is with everybody, regardless of our signs. The moon just does that to people. I mean, talk to any police officer, they'll tell you that the domestics go up like crazy during full moons. Definitely. But this card is where we can become more emotional, and sometimes we can make a mountain out of a molehill. So something we would normally not trip out so much about under the full moon type of energy, we're freaking out. So for some of you, the situation could have been one that was because of emotional exaggeration. Maybe some of you intuitively knew that you were going to go through this loss and this disappointment. Maybe some of you know that there is a big opportunity coming your way. Because another thing I always associate with this card is sometimes we just have that feeling where we know something big is about to happen. There is a major change. I can just feel it, you know. If you've been feeling like that, this card shows up to say you're absolutely correct. There is a big change coming. Now, for a few of you, this is going to resonate with. This card can actually indicate deception by others. So, this loss and disappointment could be caused due to someone else deceiving you. And if they did that, yeah, you don't need them. They need to go kick some rocks. Bye-bye. We do not need that. Say, give me the whole truth and nothing but. I'm all about that honesty. Give me honesty or give me death. That is my personal motto right there. Give me honesty or give me death. I mean, not literal death, but you know, that means leave me the hell alone. I don't want to deal with people that are going to be lying. I'd rather know the truth no matter how much it hurts. And I know Sagittarius can appreciate that, because you guys are pretty much the same way. Okay, so this is how other people would see you. Now, this is not so hot either, okay? So we have the Ace of Wands. This is a great card, but it's in the reverse position, so it's kind of like it becomes a thumbs down. So it's like we started out with great enthusiasm, great optimism, great passion for a new start that we were given, okay? And then it's like we're experiencing delays. For some of us, maybe we're simply becoming burned out. Like maybe we started with great passion, but we're just kind of fizzling out. Like, you know, I don't know if this is really what I want to do. Sometimes this can indicate a false start. But no matter what, every time I see an ace card in the reverse position, to me, this automatically indicates that there is a blockage. There is a reason that you are being blocked. Something needs to be fixed. So this card can very easily be pushed to the upright position. But we have to figure out what exactly it is that is blocking us on this new start. For some, this could be maybe a lack of confidence. Maybe you're having a hard time. Maybe you're lacking confidence. Maybe you think you can't pull this off or something. But just know that this wand, you know, it can be reignited very quickly. We just must determine what is blocking us. And then once we determine it, then we can, you know, tweak our plan, modify it, and then in no time we can have it to the upright position. Now, what concerns me gravely here is this. We have the King of Coins in the reverse position. So, for most of you, I feel that with these two cards combined, that a lot of people are going to be looking at you like, sure, you were given this fantastic new start, and you want money, and you want these nice, beautiful, luxurious items, but yet you're not willing to work for it. You want all these things, but you're not willing to get your hands dirty. So some of you could be not wanting to actually work for this new start, for this new direction. Maybe some of you are trying to trick someone else into doing the work while you receive the benefits of it. Now, don't shoot the messenger, okay? This can be vice versa. This is a position of how other people are looking at you. But the flip side to this coin is other people could be looking at you like maybe some of you are being conned by someone. Because when I see the King of Coins in reverse, this is someone that you do not want to trust with your money. This is someone who will inevitably do the wrong thing with your money. This is someone who, they will make themselves sound fantastic, like amazing, especially in business. But yet they can't really produce those results. They just kind of want to ride off of your coattail, so to speak. And so for some of you, you definitely need to watch out for someone who could be trying to take advantage of you while you invest your money, while you invest your energy, your time, your hard work, and yet they receive benefits. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, we really need to be cautious. Now again, this can be either way. Either you could be doing this, or other people could be looking at you like you're being taken advantage of. But ultimately, I feel that a lot of you are being blocked because you don't really want to put the work in. Maybe you're just not as passionate about it as you thought you were. Now, I gotta say something here. Anytime I see the King of Coins in reverse, this can definitely indicate someone who's wanting to make money through an illegal, unethical type of fashion. So this can definitely indicate like black market type of deals. This can, this could also be someone that's like, doing inside trading on the stock market. This is where we're being unethical, illegal, not doing things the right way, but we want that money. So, it's like we're doing what we can to get it regardless of the consequences. Sometimes this can be, selling stolen property. Sometimes this can be trying to sell drugs or trying to sell organs on the freaking black market. I mean, it could be so many different things, okay? But unethical, illegal, someone trying to take advantage of the money. That's not good. You'll know where this fits in for you, okay? Because everybody's situation is different. Okay, so this would be the hopes and the fears category. So we have the Eight of Swords. So this is automatically going to be classed as a fear. The Eight of Swords is where we are completely restricted, but these restrictions are self-imposed, and this is a card where we begin to create a mental prison, if you will, and the prison is made out of our fears. And so fear serves only to paralyze us and keep us in the same spot. So this particular woman, she's not really trapped within these swords. She actually put the blindfold on herself. She's not tied up. She's not stuck. She could actually very easily get up and walk out of those swords. But she chooses to stay there. Why? Out of fear. For a few of you, maybe you could be fearing going to jail, being incarcerated. For some of you, this is just simply straightforward and you're fearing getting paralyzed by your own fears. And is clarified by the Queen of Coins in reverse, so this would indicate a financial material loss. So to me, this definitely indicates that that's what you guys are fearing, is having a financial and material loss. Okay, so for the final outcome, we have the Four of Coins in the reversed position. So, when we have this card, this can definitely indicate that we're going to have to let go of some money. Sometimes this can indicate that perhaps maybe we might have to spend more than we had anticipated. Sometimes, this can be about losing, some money, maybe even a possession. But this can definitely be pointing towards problems, opposition in regards to maintaining financial security, okay? Now, a lot of times this card tends to pop up when we're expecting money, okay? And then there is a delay. And then that money that we've been waiting on, it just simply does not arrive in time, say for us to pay, particular bills, or it just doesn't arrive when we expect it to. And this is a very frustrating delay, especially if we're in need of money. Sometimes we need to actually pay off a particular debt, and so we are like counting on this money to come in, and then boom, it gets delayed. Oh. Sometimes this can indicate that we might be overextending ourselves financially. And so we really need to be careful of that, because that's a big one here, is we do not want to overextend ourselves. Because, yeah, we may have money that comes in, but, we don't need to overextend ourselves. You don't want to go out on a shopping spree, so to speak, okay? This is a time where we need to definitely focus more on getting those things that we need rather than those things that we want. Save the I wants for later, because this is just not the time. And we can dig ourselves deeper by getting those things that we want rather than focusing on, let's just get what I need and hang on to the money that I got, But overall, to me, I feel like this could be opposition in financial matters or a delay in regards to receiving some money that you've anticipated and that you've been counting on. Okay, so it is clarified by the Page of Cups in reverse. So anytime I see this card, this is a delay, okay? And the Page of Cups becomes very moody and wanting to detach and withdraw, because it's like the delays have actually caused things to appear that they are at a standstill. It's like nothing seems to be moving, progressing. It's like nothing's happening. But really there is a bigger reason for this, okay? And even though you're not able to fully see it right now, this delay is actually a very good thing. Although you're not going to experience it as a good thing probably in the beginning. But you need to realize that this delay is happening for a very good reason. Now, it won't feel good, like I said, because, some of us, we are very budgeted. We got certain days we got to pay certain things. So that part of it, that ain't going to feel very great. But I'm telling you that whatever these financial delays are, and it appears like things are at a standstill in regards to receiving some money, or maybe we've had to spend so much. But to me, I'm feeling that most of you are experiencing a delay in regards to receiving some money, and it seems like things are at a standstill. And this can make you pretty moody. This can make you want to withdraw. But let me tell you, this is a type of energy where we don't want to repress it. We don't want to bottle our emotions up and keep shoving them down just because we don't want to deal with people right now. This is a type of energy where, sure, you don't want to talk about it, but you need to. Because the more that you sit with it and you repress it, the more that you can cause yourself to become sick. And we don't need that, okay? Find somebody that you can trust, that you can confide in, and talk about it. That way you're not holding it in. Typically, Sagittarius doesn't do that, but, certain situations, that will cancel that out. And this is the type of situation. So, and it's very frustrating, but I don't want you guys to, become a hermit over it, We have to talk about it. And we really don't want to force it down and repress it and bottle those emotions. Because let me tell you, it goes straight to the back. And that can increase the back pain big time. So, yeah, let's not do that, okay? And like I said, I know that this delay is going to be very frustrating for a lot of you guys, okay? But I'm telling you, you'll be able to see later on down the line that this delay was actually a good thing. You're not going to probably be able to see that this month, but I'm telling you, in a few months from now, you're going to be able to look back and you're going to be like, wow, yeah, now I am glad that I had that delay. Because it always happens for a very good reason, and typically it's the universe's way of stepping in and trying to help us out and protect us and keep us safe. So, from what? You'll find out. For some, it could take, a few days, a few weeks. For some, a few months. But you'll figure it out. It will be revealed. Okay, so for the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Swords in the reverse position. So, yeah, not a great card either, okay? But I'm really feeling that this card is definitely got a lot to do with the present energy that you're going through. Okay. So this Knight of Swords, he is in the reverse position, so it's like there's like a desire to warn, but typically when it's in the reverse, we're too late. The situation is already unfolding. So, this can definitely indicate delays, conflicts, battles yet to be won, apprehension, difficulty maintaining stamina, strength, or mental attitude. Sometimes this can indicate that we're just, mentally worn out and maybe not coping with the situation the greatest way. Now, For some of you, this could be indicating a particular person. Now, this person will be very argumentative, a troublemaker. This is someone that wants to start a fight. They want to start a war. They don't just want to rock your boat. They want to sink your boat. Okay? That's the type of energy. They want to cause a problem. Sometimes it can be as simple as someone who is just completely opposed to your thoughts, your actions, and so they want to fight about it. But this can definitely indicate constant delays, like those never-ending struggles. This card can also indicate deception and dishonesty, so there is definitely a need to be careful. King of Pentacles in reverse, that's deception and dishonesty as well. Typically when we see this card, this is someone who's not communicating very well. So it's like he's definitely holding things back, but he's also potentially being dishonest. So caution is advised overall here. Okay, so it's clarified by the Seven of Wands in the reverse. So this definitely lightens the load some here. So the Seven of Wands, this is about stiff competition. Sometimes this can be competition within our personal life, or this can be competition that is within our work, our career life. Now, the good thing here is the Seven of Wands is in the reverse position. So this indicates that someone, Knight of Swords, may have made threats to us. Okay? But guess what? These threats, they're writing checks that their ass can't cash. Okay? So don't worry about it. Ultimately, you got this, because the Seven of Wands in reverse indicates that the competition that you thought you were dealing with, they're like all bark and no bite. So ultimately, you can emerge victorious out of this situation. So if people are, trying to start conflicts with you, there could be some competition, maybe in regards to a job, an investment of some sort. Just know that in the end, you will win. So don't worry about them talking all this smack. Yeah, they're going to want to start a war for you. But you know what? In the end, they ain't really competition at all. They're just someone who wants to talk and talk and talk, but they can't walk the talk. So, nothing to truly be worried about. Okay. I know. Wow. All right. Yeah, we're at an hour, 6 minutes plus. Okay, so I've got Love Oracle cards for us. But I also have these. These are called the Good Tarot. It's by Colette Baron Reed. Now, these cards, they are put in the context of positive affirmations. And so I figured I'd definitely try it out this month to see if you guys like it. It definitely puts these cards all in a positive context, positive affirmations. For some of you, you might like some of the affirmations, and you may decide to write them down and say them daily or say them multiple times a day. Some of you may not care for it. Either way, just let me know if you like it or not. Now, unfortunately, I will have to read from the book because I've been doing tarot for over 20 years. And I got no problem reading the tarot like the back of my hand, okay? But to put it all in a positive context and positive affirmation that's a little bit different, I could certainly do it with time, you know? But for now, I got to focus on getting all of this memorized. So, sadly, I will be reading from the book for these particular cards here. But I don't want to leave anything out. And I am going to focus on getting it memorized. So, for the first card, we have the Messenger of Earth. Okay. Hard-working, proceeding with integrity, perseverance, and grit. Prudent and careful efforts, thoroughness, industriousness, stamina, and dedication. I am in the flow, committed to co-creating with spirit effectively and efficiently. I do my best and never leave a job half done. I am dedicated and determined, knowing my efforts will pay off. So that's positive. I mean, who are we kidding? We could really use the positive here, so. Five of Fire, which this card is the same as Five of Wands. So I definitely feel like we could definitely use that one for sure. Five of Fire. Creative brainstorming, unity in diversity, honoring differences. I have the freedom to explore the ideas that seem the most far-fetched. What seems crazy today proves tomorrow to be brilliant. Like a child willing to stretch her imagination when a new playmate comes into the garden, I am open to new people and new ideas, intrigued by what is novel and unfamiliar. This is a time for what is counterintuitive, for appreciating the ideas from out in left field and what they might offer. So, yeah, I definitely like the way that it puts that. Okay, the next one is Five of Water. So we definitely got some fives here. And fives are all indicating transition periods. Five of Water, releasing grief, allowing sadness to rise and fall, forgiveness, the ebb and flow of emotions. And this is the same as Five of Cups. I feel the fullness of my emotions as they wash through me. The ebb and flow are part of life, and I am present in my feelings today. I fully forgive myself and others and let go of any emotions that were holding me back from acknowledging the truth. I deserve the freedom that comes when I release what is no longer working for me. I make amends to those I may have harmed when emotion was coloring my perceptions. I surrender any resentments to the divine, knowing they can be transformed into miracles. Fearless inventories lead to liberation. See, that's beautiful. I mean, that's what I feel like. It's beautiful. Okay, so the next one is Transformation, which is the Death card, which was in the past position, so it's kind of funny that a lot of these cards are matching. But then again, it's not, you know. Synchronicity. Transformation, change. Nothing remains the same, and I need to accept that life evolves through cycles of birth, death, and rebirth. Now is a time of transition, as things are changing from one form to another. I need to allow this to happen for the highest good. I am called to let go of the old so I can welcome the new. And then for our last one, we have the Eight of Earth. Apprenticeship, gaining knowledge, learning and employing a new craft or skill. Even masters of their craft have more to learn, and I eagerly embrace the opportunity to go deeper, to develop a greater understanding, and find new ways to apply what I know. I acknowledge all I have learned and accomplished, the skills I have developed, and the goals I have reached. Now is the time to find new ways to apply what I know, to enhance my expertise. My beginner's awkwardness has melted away, and I know what I am doing now. I have the confidence to become more intimate with the work in all areas of my life. Okay, so, just let me know if you guys like that or not. I feel like it does help bring some positive vibes in. So, and it's really good that quite a few of these cards did show up. So, in the reading up here. So, I feel like it's helpful. But hey, this is about you guys. So, let me know what you guys think. Okay, Love Oracle cards. Wow, yeah. You guys are getting the longest reading. So this is for the single Sages. Sag Moon, Sag Sun, Sag Risings. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So yeah, that's pretty much to the point where we need to keep an open mind, because the type of person that we would normally go after, our soulmate's not going to necessarily fall into that box, of characteristics that we would normally go after. So just keep an open mind if a relationship is something that you want, because not every Sagittarius does. To each his own. And then the next one is, this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. So some of you single Sages out there, you've already met the person, but maybe you haven't tried to pursue it. Maybe some of you have been thinking about it, but you're just unsure whether you should or not. Okay, so this will be for the Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs that are married or in a relationship. Very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So say some of you who are like in a relationship, maybe you're hoping that your relationship will eventually turn into marriage later down the line. Well, this card will be coming up to say, hey, yeah, very soon. But you know what? You need to sit down and you need to be very, very, very clear and very detailed about what you want out of this and how you want it to unfold. And for some of you, this could even be about, maybe the significant other, maybe you might want to write down some very specific things about them. Maybe you want them to be more supportive. Maybe you want them to be more romantic, whatever it may be. But the universe loves details, okay? The more detailed you are, the better. And that way, you make sure you get what you want. Okay, the next one is make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So this is definitely calling some of you out that are in relationships or married already, and it's saying you need to make more of an effort. Maybe, it's super easy to get caught up in the day-to-day grind of things. We get so preoccupied with what we're going through, with, going to work, life gets hectic, Sometimes we can forget that we need to take the time to really make an effort with our significant other, to let them know, look, I know I've been busy, it's been chaotic, but I really do love you. You want to show that you care, that you love them. Sometimes we just figure that the people that we love should just know. But this is one of those cards that's saying, no, you need to make more of an effort so that they do know. We can't just assume that they do know. Some people need to be showed, okay? So, yeah. Okay, and the final card is free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. So, for some of you, yeah, this is definitely indicating that, well, you need to free yourself of a certain relationship or even a marriage. Not necessarily. For some of you, this could be about freeing yourself of self-limiting beliefs that maybe you've carried around. And maybe these beliefs that you've carried around, or maybe were instilled into you as a child. This can also be about fears. Maybe they're affecting your relationship or your marriage. And so you need to free yourself of those types of thoughts and fears, because they can definitely affect a relationship adversely. Okay. I hope this has helped you guys. Keep your heads up, Sag. Okay? It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Like I said, sure, we have a delay going on here, but I'm telling you, there's a good purpose for it. Whether we can see it or not, there is a good reason behind it. So keep your head up. I love you guys, and I will talk to you next month. I'm sending you blessings of healing, prosperity, and love.